we're really on the home stretch now. It's June, or we've just finished June. Everything's finished now, but leading into June and what went on in June was a hell of a lot that had backed up basically. The major thing that sort of went on in June was the interior glass, the glazing that had to go in. And that was a chicken and egg situation where we had to build mullions in, get them in their final position, measure the glass that had to go in there, and then order the glass. But then we had to pull down the actual structure because we wouldn't have been able to get the glass panels in to each level if those mullions were in place, which also meant it dictated in what order we actually built in. So what we do, and what my plan was we bought the glass and took each of the panels to each level. Then we started from the ground up as well in case we need to prop anything up. So structurally it was then supported as well, and we worked from the bottom back up of installing that glass. So that was a situation that took a little bit longer than I thought it would because we were waiting on glass, we had to wait for the measurements and just the sequencing of it as well. What also happened was the final commissioning of everything. So the geothermal was now being run, the ventilation system was connected, and I didn't want to get the final duct work near the machine all sorted out for the ventilation until we knew the geothermal was working, because that was supplying hot water to the heating and cooling coil that we had to integrate into the ventilation system. So there's a lot of sequencing issues through this whole thing, and then also the space in here. Then, you know, it was quite exciting because all the appliances and so on, I was pulling all the protective coatings and films that are on there and so on off, because, you know, the majority of the trades were out. The last bit was the electrical and the automation side of things. So just commissioning all those things was that final sort of push in the last month in June. With the electrical systems in here, as the basic system, just lights switching on and off, we've got LED lights in here and all the power and so on. That system works. That's like any normal system. What we're trying to do as part of this project is push the envelope, is really look at automation with that supporting this whole green lifestyle approach to things as well. And that involves controlling lights, controlling power points, also taking energy readings off each power point. And that's one of my, I guess, pet projects that I want to see come out of this, is change behavioural patterns from living in the house. So if you know by leaving an item on standby or leaving a light on, you're consuming power, and to what volume you're consuming power, you'll switch that light off. So it really changes behavioural patterns, which is, you know, I think one of the major things we need to do with this project is identify how we live in a space and make changes to our lifestyle as well. That hasn't gone to plan. We're still in the process at the moment of working on that. And we're looking out for, you know, other partners that can actually bring that idea to fruition. And there are a few out there, but it's all in its infancy in the industry as well. So that's sort of a part that we're pushing the envelope on, and we're going to continue pursuing that. And I think with that, you know, in the future, we're looking at having battery storage on site as well. So for the solar system that we have and we're generating power, we'll actually store power on site and manage our consumption, and then the surplus will get fed back into the grid. So it's really about controlling how you use your electricity and resources, really, in a space. You know, we're doing the same thing with water. We've got a 2,000 litre water tank that we're capturing water on, and we're using it for the toilets and also for the washing machine. Now, we've got free water effectively, but even with that, we're pushing the envelope again there, and we've got really low flushing toilets. So just because we're getting water for free, it doesn't mean we waste water and have high flow toilets or high volume flushing toilets. Also with the plumbing systems that we've got with the thermostatic valves, so hot water will get diverted to the water tank when it's not hot before it comes up to temperature. So there's a lot of little elements in here that, regardless of the fact that we're capturing our own water, we're generating our own electricity, we still need to reduce how we consume those resources. So that's been a big part. Also, what's happened is we had sort of the final filming of Grand Designs of the episode. I've moved in as well, and then we've filmed it. So a few things have sort of evolved. As soon as I moved in, I felt like I needed artwork in here as well, and I felt like I needed large pieces of artwork. So what I've done is I can't get frames and large framed artwork in here. So what I've done is I have a felt wall. So it's like a big pin-up board, and the felt there is recycled product as well, and an eco-sustainable sort of product. So everything is being thought about. The cleaning products that we're using, the shower gel and hand washes for the sink, for cleaning the floors and so on, are all sustainable products that we're looking at. And we've looked at 3 or 4 different brands, and I've narrowed it down to ones that I'm comfortable with, some at higher price points, some at lower price points. So there's stuff out there, you've just got to search it out and find it.